Right. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Welcome. I am Whitney Moon. This is my channel, Moonshine Tarot. Okay. Now, get into the right angle. Okay. So you know I've been digging the background purple. Yeah. Badass. Okay. Now, I heard this message as I was in the shower. As you can see, I just got out of the shower. Made myself a peppermint latte and went, you know what? We need to do a reading. And this is what I heard. Oh, delightful. I heard they wanted you, like, I don't live in the best. I've made a nice apartment out of it, but like the building itself is absolutely atrocious. And so this is what I heard. I heard they wanted you in a place like this. Or I guess they know where I live, or Spirit's just saying it's the analogy, right? And I heard Spirit go, but you know what the funny thing is they go, the irony of that is if they want you in a place like you are, right? Then they get what they sow. They reap what they sow. If karma is what goes around comes around, then that means they're going to end up in a place worse than this. And they're going to be wishing they were in a place this nice compared to where they do end up. So whatever that means for somebody, okay, it's basically like, it is kind of a reap what you sow. You know, it is kind of letting collective know that the universe has your back. And like, if people are wanting you to get hurt and wanting you to end up in really bad situations, then that is most likely what is going to end up with them in the long run. Right? So you got to be careful what you wish for when it comes to people, because those wishes come back. Okay. And they come true. Woo-wee. Those fucking lights. What up, Danny? Yo, long time no see. Having a problem with the lights, man. All right. Okay. There we go. Fucking stay on. So we're going to go ahead and pull some motherfucking cards. I'm going to do the dice first. Okay. Neptune, Taurus, first house. Did you just hear that? Somebody just dropped something underneath me. I kind of feel like this is possibly somebody figuring out that they've been illusioned. I don't know, maybe you were. Maybe you were, I don't know, with somebody and you just woke up and you're like, what have I been doing? I feel like a realization of something that someone's been doing for so long. There's the star. And it's like you finally wake up and realize, oh my God, what the fuck? Because it's almost like, you know, the people that you choose to be with, be around, associate yourself with, they start to become part of your identity, who you are. If you're hanging around with awful people, you know, that just constantly talk about other people and how miserable life is, and it's just kind of like gossip people, that's what you end up turning into, because you are what you associate with. That's why a lot of people, once they grow up, they don't really have anybody around them because they can't associate with people anymore, and they don't want to associate with people because of how miserable they are and disruptive they are. 3 of needles in reverse, 6 of needles in reverse with the star. It's like a world trying to tell you that you have to fix yourself. You always have to fix yourself, and there's something wrong with you, and there's something wrong with your heart, and you're not like everybody else, and there's something wrong with you. You feel too much. You actually love. You know, like just attacking you for things in your character. Like you love too much. Like, what does that even mean? That doesn't seem right, you know? Seems like they're gaslighting you, calling you weird because they're incapable of human emotion. Knight of fucking presence. Man, it's like you're just documenting this shit. Everything that people say to you, all these nasty comments they say to you, and all these ways. There's the Ace of Swords. Yep. Like someone's cutting at who you are. They don't like who you are, and they say that it's your fault that they don't like you. Again, people are allowed to not like people, and you're allowed to not like people, even if somebody likes you. You don't have to like them back. You don't have to be like, oh, you like me? Hey, Pam. Now that's a long time no see. Like they like you, you don't like them, they force you to try to like them, or they say that they have some type of physical attraction towards you, therefore you need to be with them. And it's very like one-sided emotions because they're not allowing collective to have, you know, feel what they want to feel. They tell them that it's wrong. You're not supposed to feel that way. This isn't the kind, like, especially if somebody hurts you and it like jabs into your heart, like, yeah, you fucking hurt me. And then they're like, you don't deserve to be mad about that. You ever had people tell you that? Like, you don't deserve to be mad at them? Or you don't deserve to get angry with them or be heartbroken that they did something? And it's just like the look of confusion I can tell on collective when they're told by karmics that they are now allowed to feel things or go through things or be worse off than them or feel more than them or love more than them. Something's wrong with you. It's very entitled, which is what Neptune is giving this person. I was going to say they might be a Pisces because Neptune is Pisces energy and the moon came out. So they really might be a Pisces. Okay, they hide a lot of things. They hide their emotions, and then you might feel that way. You might feel like, you know, people are telling you that you're this certain way and there's something wrong with you. Then you might be trying to hide your emotions and hide how you feel and hide everything because you feel like if you tell people how you feel that you're going to get this like, eek, gross, right? When no, that's not, no. I feel like people who reject love, I think they're more rejected of the feeling that it gives them, that they would rather turn it around onto you to make it feel like there's something wrong with you. If you want to love them, there's got to be something wrong with you, right? Because they're not lovable, but what they don't realize is that they are lovable. They're just stopping themselves because something in their psyche is telling them to hide who they are because they won't be accepted. So it's like having maybe this person's first girlfriend and they just gave it all they got. And she shoved it back in their face, or, you know, like, I don't know. It seems like something was shoved back in somebody's face and then they were questioned. There's another needle. Now we got 7 of needles. Like, this got swords all over it. This is all emotion. They're used to people taking their emotions away from them, you know, like they know. And that's the thing, is it's just a whole form of gaslighting. Like, my father used to, he used to like apologize for me all the time because I would say the most sarcastic thing in the room. Like, I would say the most obvious thing in the room that was going on that nobody would say. And then he would apologize to me, or he would apologize to people about me just saying that, and then kind of look at me like, how dare you say that in a room full of people? Like, they already know the obvious. You don't have to say it out loud, but you do have to say it out loud. You know what I mean? Because if it isn't as obvious as what you think it is, then saying it out loud is the best thing to prove that theory either right or wrong. Okay, like, just because I'm a psychic, it doesn't mean that I get every theory right? For the most part, if I don't really know how to judge a person or how they're judging me, I block them. So then I protect my energy. If I don't know how to perceive you, and that means that there's something coming through somebody that is bullshit, and I can't pick it up because it's not coming through the ether, because they're full of shit and I can't pick it up. Right. And if that's the case, I would rather defend myself and block myself from them until they prove to me otherwise. Like, you don't have to just let people in your life because you don't have anybody. The reason why you don't have anybody is because you're smart. You're smarter than people who need all these around them, right? Acting like they have to be the center of attention, when maybe you deserve to be the center of attention. And they're like, no, you're delusion to think that you get to be the center of your own attention. Look at this, 4 of needles. They just keep coming up. These swords, that's healing. You know, this Pisces energy needs to heal, is what they need to do. They need to stop hiding. They need to say how they feel, because somebody has told them they don't deserve to speak. Maybe it's a water sign. They don't deserve to speak. And then, I mean, there's no doubt that Aquarius is here with the star, because this is all air. Like, this is all feelings that somebody has put in the air, and it's fear. And fear is, I mean, fear is bullshit. It doesn't mean anything. It's just, sometimes we see fear just to take a step back for a minute. And 10 of needles. Oh, the 3, the 1, the 3, the 4, the 7, and the 10 of swords. Oh, and the 6. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that this is all swords, minus the Knight of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Star. 6 swords. 6. That'd be the 6 of swords, which it started off with the 6. Oh, that's the 8 of needles. My bad. There's the 6 of needles. Well, geez, it was right there, you guys. I knew it was coming up. Okay, so this is all about healing yourself. You need that confidence, especially like if you don't want to be a full of shit person, and you know somebody has scared you from being your authentic self because they say that people won't accept you for the way that you are because they don't accept you. For them not accepting you does not mean that everybody else won't. If they don't, that's on them. That's their stupidity for not doing it, right? Expecting you to appease everybody and be the party favor that everybody adores. You're more like the smoke that clears everybody out. All right, we got somebody new up in here. Who is that? I don't know what the hell your name says, but what up there? Looks like the Scream guy? Betsa, whatever. What up, new people? Okay. Strength on the bottom with the 8 of Wands, and then strength. I'm getting Modest Mouse right now. Fire it up. Like trying to save a ice cube from the cold. Okay, we got a few things coming. Somebody, I don't know if somebody's going to tell you how they feel, or like I said, they're going to wake up in a relationship and realize, like, what the fuck am I doing here? This is not me. How did I get here? What went wrong? Okay, the Tower. Look at this. The Tower is here. Okay, Judgment in reverse. With the Ten of Swords in reverse, I feel like somebody's doing something to themselves as if it's the end, and it isn't. It's just the beginning. I just heard that lady from Untraceable. It's just the beginning. You think this is the end? You think this is over? And she's right. Diane Lane, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Okay, trying to tell you that it's the end of the movie. Bitch, it's the credits. We just started. It's the opening scene. Didn't just end. Okay? Someone's pulling your chain here. Nothing's ended. Nothing's over. Okay? So a whole bunch of pentacles just showed up. So I feel like this has something to do with your money. Like maybe you thought, maybe you wanted something really bad and it didn't come through. And you think, okay, it's not going to happen. Like, I don't know, maybe you told somebody how you felt or something and they just have not responded. And you're like, okay, well, I didn't see that coming. But it's not like you tell people how you feel to get a reaction. You tell people how you feel because you want to tell them how you feel, not because of how they're going to tell you how they feel back. If they do feel something back, awesome. But there's never like a hidden agenda. Like, this is my motive. Like, this is what I want to do. Okay, it's not really like that. It's kind of like you probably made a decision to do something first, like, and in the first house, like, knowing that something was your identity, like choosing to do all of a sudden do your hobby full time or go for something that you never thought you could go for. Or, I mean, it's snowing now. So I don't know if you want to go skiing or something like that. And then you end up becoming like a professional skier or some shit like that. Okay. 9 of Wands and the Devil. It's like, you have to fight for this. You really do. Like, you have to stand guard for this. Like, because the devil is going to tempt you in so many ways, especially when it comes to money. Right? If there isn't a lot of money there, they might say that there is a lot of money there, but you've got to really work for it. And that's the scam, right? Trying to get you to do something that you're really not supposed to be doing. You know what you're supposed to be doing, but they've tried to tell you that you're not supposed to be doing it, right? That you need to get some clarity here, that you need to realize, you know, that you're older and this is a stupid idea. And then you're just like sitting there writing it all down. Like, all right, well, I told my idea to this person. This is what they said. And I told my idea to this person. This is what they said. But, you know, I'm being told to do this. I'm being guided to do this. They're not going to stop me from doing it. They're not going to hold me back. They're not going to hold my tongue back. They're not going to stop me from healing, right? Because they could be trying to get you to jump phases. Oh, here, come over here. You know, right as you're about to heal the friend phase, they start coming in and acting like they're your friends and shit when you know that you got to get rid of them. Right? Because people know when you're about to go. Like, I knew exactly when this guy in the past cheated on me. And exactly. I knew the night. I didn't know who, but I knew all of his friends knew. I knew that they had humiliated me. I knew that they were all sitting in front of me knowing what this guy had done to me, and nobody was going to tell me anything. They knew that I was going crazy, and they watched it, and they encouraged my insanity while this guy was banging this chick and planning on kicking me out of the house, but didn't tell me anything. But I knew something was going on, right? When you know, it's almost like your defenses go up because you've got all these people like plotting against you and scheming against you to try to take something away from you, right? I feel like this is that, like these people trying to plan to do something behind your back as if you're the crazy one, as if you're the one that's going to cause all the problems and you're really, you know, the problem of the family. And it's bullshit. They know. It's just they're... Like, I'm looking at this Taurus energy now, and I'm trying to figure out, like, if I'm getting fired up again, like, are they the ones that taught you how to get all fired up? They taught you how to rage out? Because, I mean, somebody taught you something. I mean, your parents teach you everything. They teach you how to lie, cheat, steal, whatever they do. They're teaching you if they're doing it right in front of you. Right? Great teachers thinking that their kids are stupid and they're not paying attention when they're watching everything you fucking do. So good luck, mom. Okay. So whoever this is, it's like who somebody taught you something. They taught you maybe to be less than what you are. You were born into too much of a personality. You need to tone that down. You know where people go with too much personality? To Hollywood on the big screen. That's too much personality for them. As if you're fucking Jim Carrey and you're an actor. So they want to squash you like a fucking roach. You're a problem because you're the truth. They don't like the truth because they want to live in their fake fucking worlds. But judgment in reverse, like I said, 10 of needles in reverse, like this isn't going to stop you for once for something. Like I feel like somebody wants to do something to you, but just because they want you to give it up, surrender, and walk away, act like your personality's too much, or tell you that somebody's closed the door on you when they haven't, or they've walked away from you when they haven't. It's like paranoia. Like I'm getting paranoia. Because there's no actual fact here that anything is happening at all. If anything, I feel like they're making you so strong that you don't even know what's going on with how they're transforming you, because you're turning into something, and then they're hating you even more for it, because whatever it is they're doing is making you more powerful, when it's supposed to be High Priestess in reverse. It's supposed to be turning, like maybe you are a tarot reader, or maybe you do something for the public. They want to make you dumb. They want to make you stupid. They want to make it seem like you don't know what you're talking about, when you might be the only one in the room that does know what they're talking about. And that's a true gaslighter, is trying to gaslight the only person that knows what they're talking about, because this person doesn't know what you're talking about. They have to be the most powerful one in the room. They have to be the smartest, prettiest, most powerful. You walk in, okay, all like, hello, I'm in the spotlight, bitches. Okay, just gracefully with your own natural attitude, and this is how you walk into a room. You know, they want to shut it down immediately, trying to tell you that you need to leave. Why? Why do you need to go? Have they told you why you have to go? Because I don't think they've actually told you anything. I think these people are kind of like the bullies in the situation, and you're used to them bullying you and then downing yourself and demeaning yourself, and then going, fine, okay, I'm the stupid idiot that doesn't know what they're talking about, you know, and really, yes, I know I predicted that, but it's just because it was a lucky fluke. It's like downing yourself and dumbing yourself because you become more powerful than them. They don't like that. So in order to be around them, you can't be yourself, because it's going to be too much for them, because you know too much. And that's so threatening to them. Okay, and they want you like in poverty. They don't want anybody helping you. They don't want anybody working with you. And again, all right, say it all. Say your piece. Say the truth. Tell me exactly how you feel, because I really want to know. Don't hold back now, right? They don't want you working with anybody. They don't want you at home making money. They want you defensive, sitting with the devil, okay, hiding away in your tower, never coming out. But if that's the spell that they wanted, then you decided to get your little camera phone out and then start a business. Fine. You want me to be locked up in the tower so nobody can see me with the devil, okay, defending myself because you don't want me to go somewhere? Fine. Then I'll start an entire fucking platform from where I'm sitting right now. Right? Again, and then they think, well, I can stop your platform right now. No, you can't. You can't stop anything. They can't stop anything you do. It's illusions in their head, because they're High Priestess in reverse. They ain't getting the right information. The world isn't opening up their mouths and giving them all the secrets to everything. Are you kidding? They can't even be trusted with the truth. They dismantle it. They use it against people. Like, Spirit's not stupid. They know how evil this person is. And the fact that they're trying to make you evil, or they're trying to hurt you in some way, it's like, you better watch. What? Because if somebody did make this wish, because y'all don't even know how I ended up where I am right now. Okay, it's a horrible story, but something good always comes out of everything. Okay, so if they want you in a place like this, like I said, y'all don't know how I got here. So if you don't know how I got here, then how can they make a wish for you to get to a place like this? right? They're going to have to watch their fucking mouths on a lot of things. Because if that's the downfall that they hope for you, that they're trying to mastermind and put the spell behind and manifest your demise, your fall off the top of the mountain to some shitty place, like, what do you think is going to happen to them? Do you think witchcraft is free? For one, it isn't. Okay, you have to pay for that shit. Second, you do it against somebody, well, then you have to pay times 3. We all know this. So it's like, and I realized somebody last night, a hermit, okay, somebody hiding, always hiding in the shadows, that had done a spell on me about 10 years ago to try to get me attracted to him. And then I realized that that's what he does to all of his girlfriends. He puts spells on people to get them to date him because he doesn't have any confidence to get them himself. Very baby face, acts like a baby, cries like a baby, gets people's attention like a baby, always has to talk about how bad his life was, like he's a baby, take care of me, I'm a baby, always drinking, always has to have that bottle in his mouth, just a baby. Like alcoholics are babies. They need to put that bottle in their mouth right away to soothe all their, everything that happened that day, like a baby gets soothed. Okay. So some of these people, are doing things to you in the shadows, okay, trying to hurt you, okay, trying to get you to walk away, shut your mouth, get into your heart, act like you're the one that does everything and you're the problem and you're the one with too much emotions and the big heart. And like, what are they? Stone cold, rotting zombies walking around, and at the sight of love, they hex and turn around and walk away? Like, at the sight of love, if they're such a baby, why aren't they coddling and nesting in your bosoms if they're such a fucking baby? You know what I mean? Alrighty. I don't know what that means, but welcome. All right, see you later, Pam. I think you wrote that way too late, but peace out, Hammy. So, basically, moral of the story is it's almost like somebody hiding in the shadows has been revealed as the culprit that is trying to, like, unalive you, I just heard. So they're trying to take all the feelings away from you and all your emotions away from you and all your ideas and like, just so, there's so many emotions here. Like, it's not even funny how much air is here, how much that somebody wants to say. Like, it's emotion mixed with like rage, and it's all in the air, it's all in the ether. So I don't know if somebody's recently been talking some shit about you, especially if it's outside. The wind has gotten a hold of that, and I have just recently discovered how powerful wind was, basically through the movie The Happening, where everything is carried through the wind and through the trees. And there was another movie I was watching with the wind, and the wind came in. Oh, that's Krampus too. The wind comes in. Like, you got to be careful with wind. I mean, you can't be talking shit in the wind, because that shit it's going to get heard. Okay. And if you think that you're going to just be able to keep it to yourself and you just told it to the wind, I mean, have you seen Pocahontas? Watch it. Okay, because we know these are not just children's movies. These are, like, oh yeah, I picked up in Home Alone, where Catherine O'Hara, she goes, even if I have to sell my soul to the devil himself, I will get to my son. Did you just see the lights go out? I did not do anything. You saw my hands. The plug is down here. It's right here. I don't even know how that happened. You know how I like to say F-A-F-O. Fuck around, find out. Okay. I do not fuck around, because I have found out way too many things in my lifetime. Okay, so if anybody wants to know if there's a little magic on this channel, there's your fucking answer. Yes, there's magic all over this goddamn channel, okay? Makes me so happy. Okay. Fucking idiots. You want to know, I'm just seeing if there's any snakes available for a reading, but there isn't. They are sleeping. And they want to be left alone. So we're going to do the next reading by ourselves. I'm looking at these pocket oracle cards. But you kind of have to ask a question for these. So we're going to use them. Actually, yeah, it's too much. But we got to get the theme first. So let's see the next reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. What are we at? 31, 39. Here we go. Whoa. Sex. Who's these nasty-ass little people in my reading? Here we go. S-E-X. Who's got their head in the gutter? Sorry, I didn't mean to say nasty-ass. Oh, somebody's thinking about... Oh, I heard that. Let's talk about sex, baby. You know, I was going to ask somebody to have sex with me last night, and I totally chickened out. It's this guy I've been digging for a while. But like I said, I don't ask out dudes anymore, especially not to have sex. So yeah, it didn't work out. And I was like, well, oh well. So maybe this is it. Maybe somebody wanted to ask you to have sex, and then they didn't do it. They pussied out. They pussied out money, sex, and money. Honestly, does it ever have to deal with anything else? No. Okay, did somebody want to have sex with you? This is a sign. Maybe they just don't want to spend the money. Reconsider. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what this is. It's time to go. The time is right. Okay. So, I mean, it's just an analogy. It's always an analogy. We know what those are, right? Please tell me you know what those are. It's just a story, and if it resonates, it means it does. Okay? So somebody, maybe you're a very high-paid escort. I did watch Fargo yesterday. Okay? He does rent a lady of the evening. Okay? So maybe you're an escort and somebody has to pay to be with you and they don't want to pay anymore. That could be something. This could be a client. Okay, they don't want to have to pay to see you anymore. They want to have sex with you. So you might have a client step forward to be like, yeah, fighting in reverse. They can't fight it anymore. So you might have a client who's come by quite a bit. I feel like I just got 9. I don't know if they've been coming by for 9 months, 9 years, 9 weeks, 9 appointments, 9. I don't know what 9 means. Okay. Or maybe we're at 9 because once we get to 9, all there is 10. And then it's new cycle. Okay, so maybe we're at the 9 where somebody's trying to fight you off, trying to fight your energy off, or trying to fight the will to see you, and now they can't. Okay. Fly on the wall. See, spirit knows. Okay, so they've been talking to somebody. Like, I just couldn't top my nose. The spirits know this person's been trying to make plans to come and see you. There's the moon. Okay, but there's some shit hidden. So I feel like they've talked to somebody about it, but I feel like whatever the information was that came out from what they said, the universe didn't get the whole thing, which is weird because that means that they were in a room with no cameras, no microphones, nobody else, no dogs, no energy, no cats. They weren't outside. They could have been driving, and they got to be driving 2,000 and under. Okay, if there's no fucking bugs in there or microphones in there, like I don't know where they were talking, or they were talking in their dreams about you. Because I'm like, how can they hide this? They can't, or spirit just doesn't want to say it. Okay, because, you know, at the same time, like, they don't want to throw everything out there of what people are doing. Okay, they don't want to give away all the hints. Okay, because there are things that you do have to ask. You can't just stalk somebody to know all the questions. Like, you do have to ask them questions to at least make it look like you don't stalk them all the time. Fear. I had a feeling that was going to come up. There's a lot of fear that's been coming up recently with collective because it's false evidence appearing real. They think that something from the past is going to happen to them again, and it's not. But it's getting them to think more about what they're going to do so then the past doesn't repeat itself. Prophecy. See what I mean? Okay, so there's something in the stars, and sex is just the analogy. It's like whatever you want to get with. You know, that saying, I want to get with that. Okay? Could be a fucking new car. Could be a job. Could be a jacket. Okay? Something like that. But again, you didn't want to spend the money. But you want it. So it means you're going to have to spend the money. Maybe you're going to have to reconsider, spend the money a different way, not spend the money on an appointment to see this person again, spend the money on the date where you take them out. Now I'm getting lover of mine. Who is that? Is that Atlanta Miles? Lover of mine. Yeah, that's Atlanta Miles. Whoa. Cemetery gates. Like, they think they're going to die. And like I said, I think they think they're going to die. And then that dog just barked outside. I don't know. Okay, maybe they have to travel to you and they think they're going to die traveling. Like, they have to take a fucking plane or a train or an automobile. Planes, trains, and automobiles. I just watched him yesterday in Home Alone. I love that guy. Or they're going to lose everything, because that's the thing, is like, there could be a risk here. Everybody knows with a risk that it's a risk and that it might not go the way that you want it to go. And if that's the case, then whatever it is that you're willing to risk, you have to be willing to let go. Okay, there's camo in reverse. And yes. Okay, so it's like somebody, maybe they think that when they tell you how they feel, because it doesn't have to be, romantic. It could be platonic, or this could be somebody who did something to you that had an ulterior motive when they were spending money, and now they want to tell you the truth. It's camoed. I feel like you don't want to say scared. This person doesn't want to say they're scared, but they are. They're scared. And that's natural. Okay, that means that something is going to happen that means something. Because fear it acknowledges that something is going to change, that something phenomenal could change in a good way or a bad way, and that the fear is that your reality, as you know, after you make the move, will never be the same. People don't realize like what kids do and contracts do and moves do. You choose to do something, your life will never be the same. It can't stay the same, technically. Okay. I just dropped a whole deck of cards on the ground. That actually really wasn't that bad, but I thought it was going to be a lot worse. Okay, what we dropped, though, was panic and a twist of events. Why is there so much panic and anxiety? Okay, so this person, you do have somebody from the past that is worried about saying something to you. They're worried about this connection. And then the peace pipe in reverse, they're like, they don't really know if you're going to accept. Maybe they have to apologize to you. Okay, and they really don't know if you're going to be angry or not. I don't know, maybe this is somebody from the past that, I mean, these are all people from the past. Obviously, we have the past right here. But this is somebody from the past, then it seems to me like they have been fighting this urge to talk to you for a long time. And I don't really feel like they want to fight that urge anymore. So, okay. Oh, there's a card flipped. Hate. God, werewolf. Okay. Do they think you hate them? It's a possibility. This could have been a one-night stand you had back in the day. It did not go well. They did something to you that you are still quite angry about, I feel like. So there is some worry in this person because you had every right to get angry at them in the past for something that they did. There's the devil. Accusations. They accused you of something. And the plot thickens. They accused you of something. Gaslight. They gaslighted you. So they accused you of something. You told them the answer. They gaslighted you, called you a fucking loser, said you were lying, ended it anyways. And this person is fucking in their head now about this. This could be, as I'm reading, a boss that fired you because of your sexuality, because maybe they thought you were too sexual. They found you too attractive. They thought you had lawsuit written all over you. They didn't want to have to pay for whatever. Like when I moved to this town where I'm at, my sister's husband at the time, who grew up, we kind of grew up here, mainly in Toronto though, but he kind of grew up here. He told all of his friends before I moved here that I was a giant whore and I was going to fuck them all. I have no idea what that did to the people here, but let me tell you. It took me, how long have I lived here now? 10 years? I have slept with 2 people here in 10 years. One who was my best friend for 15 years, so fuck whatever that fucking idiot says. And the second was a dude who did a fucking nasty little spell on me, put me into a ritual, had sex with me every time when I was blackout drunk, so I don't remember any of it. Well, he did his little voodoo spells on me, and then told the entire town I had a sexual disease, which I didn't, to keep everybody away from me. So was I a huge whore? And I had just come out of a relationship okay, 30-year-old woman just came out of a relationship. Healthy 30-year-old woman. Thanks. Okay. And I'm now not allowed to have sex with anybody because it might go back to my sister's ex-husband. I couldn't believe it. He was signing me up to be a whore that I didn't even know about. I didn't find that out until years later. And I was like, is that why so many people propositioned me? You know how many people propositioned me? How many husbands propositioned me while their wives were standing right there? thinking that I was some fucking little floozy that was just going to go fuck them in a bathroom like their other friends do. Like, I couldn't believe it. It was like I landed in hell. And everybody here was a fucking sex demon that just wanted to rip my ass apart. Women, men, old people, young people, didn't really matter. It was redonkulous. Okay? It was like they hadn't smelled something like me in this tiny little hick fuck town for decades, hundreds and thousands of decades. They hadn't smelled anybody like me until I got here. Okay, so whatever is going on with this reading, you have somebody, okay, who accused you of doing something. They turned on you. They fought you. They went crazy on you. They probably tried to kill you or thought of it multiple times just to get you out of the town because they didn't want to watch. They didn't want to watch you anymore. They didn't want to see you walking around, so they put a hit on you, obviously, because that's the way that we deal with our exes, apparently, in hell. Okay, so then they try to end you, kill you, slaughter you, whatever that means, cover you up, put you behind the gates. I mean, the cemetery gates are here. Okay, they wouldn't let you make any money. Reconsider that because you're not going to fuck anybody. And if you're not fucking anybody in the town, no one's going to give you any money. Are you crazy? Because you're not putting out. You're not putting any blood on it. Okay, and now they're massively scared because you know everything. You know that the connection that they did to you. And how they gaslighted you, especially if you moved somewhere and it's been hard for you to get a job, but okay, this would be kind of the analogy where you moved somewhere, you slept with somebody, and then all of a sudden you couldn't find a job anymore and people stopped talking to you. It's because whoever it is that you slept with put a dirty little fucking curse and spell on you because you wouldn't continue to fuck them. Then they accused you of a bunch of things so people would hate you, and now they're panicking because you know the connections. You know, I try to tell people, don't fuck with psychics. Just don't. Don't fuck with anybody that plays with tarot decks or speaks to their guides or, I don't know, knows a thing or two about a third ear. Don't talk shit. Don't do shit. Just don't. Just mind your own business and keep living your life and do shit for yourself because this shit's going to come out. Because it's not an invisible ether that they're playing in. It's right here where everybody can see them. They're anything but original. Okay, anything but original. Do we want any affirmation at all here? Because I'll give it. Get more information. That is something they do not know how to do. Okay, they do not know their information. Spirit's been telling them to get more information. Get more information. Reconsider what it is that you're doing. Get more information. You're attacking collective right now. You don't know why. Because you're being attacked by the devil who wants to attack collective. You don't know why, which means you're being used as a conduit, which means you're possessed, which means you're attacking people, and you're going to have to pay the karma of that because these people never did anything to you. Therefore, why would anybody, if not your own soul, tell you to go and attack somebody that never did anything to you? That's right. Because it's not your soul that's telling you anything. It's the devil. People think literally your soul would never tell you to go and attack somebody. Okay, they wouldn't tell you to put a spell on somebody. Your soul wouldn't do that. The things that you possess within your body would. Okay, if you don't know how to protect your third ear and you just start channeling, okay, like fucking Reagan with a fucking Ouija board, you might have a couple things jump into your body and you think you're on cloud nine and you think you can hurt people and you can do whatever you want. And this entitled little asshole is going to tell you that you can use people and cheat on people and take their money and fuck them and take them to court and have them arrested. Isn't that also what's called riding a high horse? Again, do they not understand? Because they don't. And I mean, we tarot readings, if these people that you were dealing with knew the slightest bit what was actually fucking with them, but they don't because they think they're the ones in control, right? Even though they're drinking and fucking getting into shit they shouldn't be doing and they're conjuring things and they're talking to things, okay, and they're getting themselves in trouble, but they think, hey, I'm allowed to do it. I was told I'm allowed to do it. Or so-and-so down the road, I heard that they did this. Or they had this, spell done on somebody. Or they bought a book and they said that this happened and they did this. Again, it's just reading what, from the sounds of it, people are doing around them. But who's to say that even if people are doing spells around them and conjuring land man around them and sacrificing things and drinking blood. Are they supposed to be? No. You think in their right minds that they were actually doing things that they should be doing? No. But you see them doing it and think you should do it because they're doing it, even though it's against the law and you're not supposed to be doing it? Again, like, and they're going to go and they're going to get placed on judgment. And they're going to get put in judges and juries, in front of judges and juries, and they're going to ask, why did you do this? And because you know the rules, you know that you're not supposed to do this, and you're not supposed to hex people, you're not supposed to talk shit. And they're going to say, yeah, but somebody else did it, and I watched them do it, and nothing happened to them, so I did it. But you know the rules. Oh, yeah, I know the rules. Okay, you know the rules. So that stupid excuse that somebody else did it and you watched them do it, so then you did it, doesn't apply when you know it's against the law. You see why people stop giving excuses? Look at Witch on the bottom of the deck in reverse. People stop giving excuses when they stop being full of shit and start accepting what they do instead of put this little sugar coat on it or butterscotch on it that's going to try to make it seem like whatever it is that it did was better because they have an excuse attached to it. Now, so you have a little witch on your ass, and these witches have been coming up quite a bit. Okay, and somebody did, from the looks of it, some type of money spell on you because you wouldn't have sex with them. Okay, and now they know that you know what they did, and they're shitting their pants. Like, what else is new? Nothing like committing a crime and then running away and going and crying when you know you're going to get caught for it. Like, nobody cares that you can cry. Nobody cares that you can huff and puff and act like a child. Nobody cares. Because if you're an adult still trying to act like a child, oh my God. You've been here for 40 years. They're not stupid. Okay, so what are we at now? 52:24. Kiefer reefer time. All right, take your bathroom breaks. This is what we call intermission. I wish I had groovy music to play right now because I would play it. What I think I'm going to do for my readings now, because everyone's adding sound to the background, so then their videos can't be fast forwarded to augment the audio and shit to make them sound different. They're adding sound, and so I'm thinking about putting like almost like rainforest music in the background with like just like kind of a nice rain, and then every now and then like a monkey screeching and like some birds singing or something like that. I don't know. I have to read up on everything on YouTube because everything's like has to be like monetized and shit, and like you can have the video taken down if you put the wrong music in the background, and like so I'm gonna read up on it. But I think it's a really good idea. I think I finally decided on a sound. I didn't know what sound I wanted. All right, possibly the last reading. I'm not quite sure. Okay. What I'm getting is I feel like there's somebody who it's like missed a chance with you. They didn't, I don't know, maybe they judged a book by its cover a little too much. They didn't really want to see, because I mean, again, maybe you're in a shitty position, or like, you know, you drive a shitty car, or like, you know, you still wear windbreakers or something. Okay. And they didn't want to see that. They didn't want to try to understand it, because, you know, those people who they're just kind of refuse to ask any questions about you. It's just like they'll always make the conversation about them and what's going on with them. And they won't really engage too much with you because they automatically assume that what you're going to say is shitty, right? Because you live in a shitty place and you have a shitty life. So they're expecting to be, you know, like rained out all the time. Right? It's just like they're not getting, like, I don't know, you might have met somebody and it was a really bad day and you had a really bad day. And so it wasn't really like your normal, usual self. And then they were kind of went like, ugh, you know, like, fine, fuck you too. And you were just like, okay, well, my dad just died. So thanks, you know, like, fuck you too, you know, like, oh, sorry, I'm not like entertaining enough. Am I not happy enough? Am I not bubbly and poppy today enough for you? You know, it's like, so then they didn't want to pursue it. Okay. They expected a different version of you and they didn't get that version. Okay. So then they act like they don't want you around anymore. Okay. And I feel like they made a huge fucking mistake. All right. Huge fucking mistake. Because the thing is, I mean, I've watched multiple documentaries of people, you know, who own Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 5 million companies, CEOs, head of companies, had their own company, Jaguars, Lamborghinis, bankrupt, homeless, living in their cars. Okay. You think you can just stay on top of Richie Rich Mountain for your whole fucking life and nothing ain't gonna ever touch you? Like to see the karma that's involved with that. Okay? Like, people have shitty days and shitty things happen, and I'm sorry, but if you want to fucking judge somebody on having a shitty day, I hope you get a shitty day for the rest of your fucking life and somebody judges you every single time you don't smile at them, because that's what you deserve. Right? Because again, it's what you put out there. If you think Collective's got to be perfect for you and perfect in every way, and the you know, bubble and the starlight of every conversation, and the one that just brings everybody together, as if you are the one that, if you don't make the situation better and their life better immediately, they don't want anything to do with you, because then you're going to have a bad day. Okay? They don't want you to have a bad day because they don't want to hear that you are normal, okay, that you live and breathe and you know, when you actually bleed blood, okay, when you're cut. They don't want to know that you're alive, because it's easier for them to play out the delusional facts inside their head, or the delusional thoughts inside their head, okay, which they think are facts, as opposed to just, I don't know, talking to you and asking you what's going on. You realize those people that are like, I can't handle what you have to say. I can't handle your life. I can't handle you having a bad day, because I'm here to have sun and beauty and fun. And you can't be human around me because I'm here for beauty and entertainment only. Like, I actually did work with a lady like that. Okay. You said anything that was just remotely real. Okay. Flat tire, ran out of gas, you know, burnt your pork chops. Right? Well, I had a perfect evening last night. I don't really want to talk about that. Are you going to bring me down? Me burning my chicken, pork chop, fucking bullshit, fucking dinner is going to bring your ass down because you need to have a perfect fucking day? You know what I can tell you? This person is not perfect. This person is the farthest thing from perfect, which is why trying to control what people even say around them just goes to show how actually demonic they really are, possessed they are, that they have no control over themselves by trying to control everybody else. Reverse psychology some of this shit, because I know sometimes that people do things in your face and you want to just fucking crack them because they're so stupid and they're going to hurt somebody with that stupidity. Okay, just all of a sudden go, you know what, I hope you do fucking kill somebody one day and have to go to jail because of your stupidity. You know, not hoping that anybody actually dies, death, transition. Okay, I hope they fucking, oh man, this one time I used to live on this one-way street. And at night, people would like race up and down it. And some guy, I hate parking on the road. Okay, I have a fear of parking on the road for a reason. There were obviously two people that were racing down the road, and there was a black car parked on the road. The last one, obviously the first one, you know, but the last one on the block, first one, you know, and they ran into that back of that car, probably 100. And it was an explosion. Okay, because the car that they hit dead stop, okay, with a car in front of it parked dead stop. Okay, there might have even been another car because everybody parks on the road here. Okay, car. So they literally hit basically a concrete wall. Oh my God, the sound in my house. I was like, that person's dead for sure. You don't come out of like their vehicle was this long when it started and it was this long when it was done. Okay, the entire thing smashed in. Okay, like people, they think that, you know, the open road, they can do whatever they want. They can speed, they can fuck around. There's always that black car hiding. Okay, so whoever this person is, I feel like they went pretty fucking far, pretty fucking fast and did something and they got stopped. Okay, because you hit them with something that people usually don't hit them with. You know, like maybe this person's intuition sometimes is right. Okay, and you know, 5-6 times out of 10, they nail it. Nail it. Okay, situations, people, you name it, they know really how to use their intuition. This all comes apparently around with the manipulation that surrounds you. So you have manipulative energy in your aura. Okay, and the right ones will see your struggle, okay, and won't raise you one. They will see your struggle, feel for you, empathize with you, give you a moment of silence for what you've been through, okay, and then tell you, by the way, I was in a very similar situation myself. Okay, they will not interrupt you. They will not try to speak over you. They will not tell you that what you're going through is nothing compared to what they went through. They will not gaslight you. They will speak to you and they will listen to you like you're a fucking human. Okay, whatever this person is, they had to learn the hard way that they're just as fucking human as anybody else. Doesn't matter if little daddy and little mommy left them $50,000 in a fucking savings account for them and they just had money their whole life. Other people have had money and mommy and daddy steal every penny that's ever come to them. Okay, they didn't get anything. Okay, they got booted the fuck out on their ass. Okay, some people weren't coddled and didn't have the lifestyle that other people did. Okay, and I feel like you just hit one of those people in the fucking face with your truth. And you hit them with your truth because they didn't want to hear it. Because they didn't want to rain on their beautiful day by listening to your story. Because apparently by listening to your story, they become a part of it. No, they don't. That's a narcissist for you. Okay. They can only speak. They can't hear because they can't handle it. Obviously, narcissist. Okay. So you gave this person a meal and a half on your life. Okay. You told them where you're from, where you're at, what you pick up, what you do. Okay. How people try to fucking hunt you down and tear you apart. And they were like, you know, before they walked into the appointment or before they met you, they thought that you and them were very much alike. Okay. Until they got the inside of everything. And then they were like, well, you and I are not alike. What? Because did you look alike? Okay. Did you both have dark hair and were skinny? And they thought, well, we're twins. Okay. Until they opened up the book and decided that your book wasn't something that they wanted to read, right? Because that was probably it, right? They liked the cover of it, but then they read the preface. And then it was like, I don't want to read this book. This is going to be a depressing, fucking suicidal, stupid book. And I'm happy and I've got my own shit going on and I can't listen about you. How can I possibly about all you've gone through when I'm going through something? And it's very like, okay, no one's asking you to take my life and put it on you like a fucking disease. No. You know how people like to chat, engage in telling stories? Okay? Just because every story doesn't end with a ha 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 and a fucking knee slapper, we can't talk about it. We can't be real for a second. Because that's the thing, is most people can't be real. Right? Everything's got to be sugar coated. Add that sugar in with the medicine, right? Because you're feeding these people something that they need. But if it's not the right medicine, they don't want to eat it. Unless you sugarcoat it and put something pretty on top of it. Like, I got into an accident, but don't worry. Nobody was ever hurt, and there wasn't even a scratch on my vehicle. That would be a story they could listen to. Not there were people bloody on the ground, and fucking there was shit coming out of your nose, and the paramedics were late, and no, they wouldn't be able to handle it. Because they call themselves empaths, like they can feel it. By you retelling it, they can feel it. No, they can't. They don't want to. I find a lot of people, they don't want to exert themselves into ever believing that could be a life or a situation that they have to go through. Because their life's already been too hard. They've been to too many things. You don't know the world. You're a little girl. You're a little boy. Okay, they don't want to listen to your little stories because they've got real life to deal with. Big girl stories and big girl this, okay? Can't listen to you and your little problems. Again, some of us have been so narcissistically treated by the best people around us that we feel that we don't know what a narcissist is because we're fucking surrounded by them. Okay? That so much so that somebody turned into one. This person that you're fucking dealing with right here turned into one. But they didn't realize they were being an asshole because that's what they grew up with. Like, do you know how many people back in the day, because of how much my fucking stepmother would turn her nose up? Okay, if I had my stepmother's nose, I wouldn't be able to live where I do because I'd be fucking too busy with my nose up in the air to everybody acting like I'm not what lives here. If I'm what lives here, I'm what is here. Okay, we're all in this fucking thing together. You think because you live in a different type of house that you're not the scum that walks this earth with your disgusting little habits and your fucking feces that gets thrown around and your fucking third eye that you throw to everybody. Again, money doesn't mean shit. It's just here to help us live comfortable lives and be safe. It doesn't win us away into heaven. It doesn't take our sins away from us. Okay, so, wow. Man, you know what? I'm going to feel like if you get contacted by somebody, this is a little bit like, some Fortune 500 person thinking that they all that and then some, and they meet you, okay, and they find out that, like, you live in a studio apartment and they're like, gross. And it's like, okay, you keep sitting there trying to find your Mr. Right while all the people walk right by you that are for you, but you think you deserve better. Oh, okay. Because I thought we were here to find love, okay? Not to find something better all the time. You mean has more money. Not with a better heart, not with more integrity, a fatter wallet. Is this what it all comes down to? Did you not have enough money for this fucking petty ass person? Oh, fucking nasty ass. Anyways, we got Pet Cemetery, which means I feel like this relationship was dead and buried, but it's coming back. But it's coming back in a different way. It's not going to come back in the same form as it died in. So I feel like, honestly, you might be having somebody going through a huge ego death because of their inability to put their shit aside for one fucking second and maybe go, well, maybe they're a good person, they just in a bad situation. Or maybe they're a good person, they just don't have a lot of money. Like, why is it that if you don't have a lot of money, it makes you a shit person? Because the people that I know that have money are garbage, okay? And everybody that I live here, all the crackheads, meth heads, fucking homeless people, Daves, okay? nice people, nice fucking people. Okay. My neighbor down there will do anything I fucking need him to do. He's like a 60-year-old man. His whole family just fucking fucked off on him. And, you know, he doesn't have anybody. And like, I'll fucking throw down for that old man. If anybody ever fucking fucked with him, he's come into my apartment at 4 a.m. to kill rats for me that didn't die in the traps. Like, I mean, like, but if I were to call my dad or my prestigious father at 3 a.m. to come kill a rat that's running around with a fucking trap on its head and it's scaring the shit out of me and my sister, and it's this fucking big, and my dad goes, or his wife, pretentious wife, picks up and goes, are you kidding? You think you're gonna bother your father at this hour? Please. Hangs up the phone. Like, okay, no, I'm going to go get the guy in my basement that will do anything for me because he's human while you're robotic. Okay, look at that. Twixter, fucking, honestly, I hate the way that people treat people. I really do. It's one of those things inside of me that it's just like, you know, people want to try to say racism in every situation. Racism. Yeah. What about just don't fucking like you because they just don't want to? What about what do you call that? What do you call people that see you and you have bigger tits than them and they put a spell on you? What do you call those people? Because is that racist? Okay, are you racist to my tits? Are you racist to my face? Are you racist to my hair? Like, what are you racist to today? What do you want to take a spell away from me today? What is it that you want to manifest for my life today? Right? It's like, what do we call that? I don't know, other than that would be spiritual manipulation mixed with black magic, mixed with hexes, mixed with a lot of fucking people that need new lives because they're sitting around doing hexes. Okay. So I feel like whoever this person is, look at that. Freddy Krueger dreams. I feel like now they're dreaming about you. Okay. Now this dog is fucking barking. Okay. I feel like now this person is having dreams about you because you did die and leave them. Fine. Fuck you. Really? You're going to judge me on some shit? And that's the thing is like some people, I really think they want people to chase them around. They want the thrill of somebody chasing them around as if they're Michelle Pfeiffer or Robert De Niro and they need a fan on them. All of a sudden you need somebody that loves you so much that's just going to be obsessed with you. Fucking grow up. Okay. I feel like now you are teaching somebody a fucking lesson. And I feel like it's a very hard pill for them to swallow because of their fat wallet and their narcissistic tendencies. Okay. The thing is that the way that we are until we break the cycle is where we were created. Okay. So a lot of these things, like, don't blame on yourself. It's what you were taught. Okay. It's almost like you went into boot camp training with your family and this is how you came out. This is where you have to realize what you're doing wrong and make it better because you want to be better. Right? Like, that's the thing is like, you want to take it as a hard pill to swallow. Yeah, it is a hard pill to swallow when you're an asshole. And you know, you're treating people like this is a, and we all need to be either rich and like we can be a part of your crew or minimum wage people and we can't hang out with you. Like, if that's the way that you feel the world has been balanced, then you might be, or how this person feels, they might be watching you because you're teaching them that everything they were taught, okay, on really not to see what's going on the inside. Because a lot of people will tell you that, you know, like, you don't need to see what's on the inside. Just, I tell you this is what's going on. And that's it, you know, like easy breezy. You don't have to check the facts. But once you start checking the facts, you realize how many people deceived you. They told you not to look in places and they said that this is what's going on there and you trusted them because that was the way. There wasn't any other way. You got placed in people's care for them to not manipulate you, for them to teach you things, for them not to abuse you, for them to show that they can be bigger people, not to be narcissists that control and evil fucking assholes that beat people up, right? And I was listening to, it's this Perfect Circle song, I think, or it's a Tool song. It's Maynard. Okay, Maynard's mine. But he says something where he goes, humans were given all this power and look what they're doing with it, right? I think that's the monkey killer. And I think monkeys, when they talk about monkeys running around, those are people. Okay. Those are people. They're referred to as monkeys because they're running around and they're screaming and they're yelling and they don't know what's happening, and they're being hunted by a bunch of the elites. Okay. So again, analogies. Somebody's got to learn more about analogies of what's really going on here and not just what they say is going on. Okay. And that could be, I don't know, maybe you want to become a conspiracy theorist or some shit like that, or like reveal things or something like that. I don't know. But there's a lot of things that have been covered up. And that's the thing is maybe you're teaching somebody how to read, stop reading the covers and get involved in the story. Okay. Read more about it, not just check it out and go ugh, and pass it away because it's not fun and games and happiness all the way to the end. You know why there isn't just one type of movie? Because there isn't just one type of person. Okay, we need dramas and horrors, okay, and love stories. But then there's kids, and then we need family movies, right? It's the same as that. We need all types of people. Okay, and that's why we need to learn how some of these things get done. Like I feel like somebody needs to branch out a little bit. Okay, and you're teaching them something and they're changing, because I feel like they were kind of like a bad person, like not evil, but just they needed to open up, that book a little wider, their mind a little bit more, because whatever it is that they're swimming in, it's a very small frame of mind considering the ginormity of the situation, right? It's not just a lagoon that we're talking about here. We're dealing with an entire ocean. It's not just this little part of it. Okay, there's this huge thing. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe it's like teaching somebody again, like we're all here as teachers. And it comes out in different ways because everybody is different, but we are here to teach. And even if you don't have kids, it doesn't mean that somebody's not learning something from you, right? Even with your social media, like people put up how-to videos all the time trying to help people out there and show them how they do things, right? And, there's this guy, this older man that has a YouTube channel, and he puts up videos that if he had a son, he would have taught him. It's like called All the Things I Would Have Taught My Son. And it's like how to change a tire and, put a fucking door on a frame, and how to, it's the cutest videos ever. And just to help people, because people didn't have the greatest parents, or, people that could teach them how to do things and love them and support them and put this foundation under them so then they were safe. Some of us just had narcissistic parents like I did that just the second you turned fucking 18, they just walked away from you and then just expected you to do everything for yourself now. They pulled the fucking plug and that was it. Like, not everybody was given the same things, and like, so you can't judge everybody the same. It's very different out there, okay? And I think maybe you're teaching somebody just how different people really are. And that's a whole lesson in itself right there. Like, people need to learn, and it's like I said, so when they say revenge is a meal best served cold, because it really is, like it's something that you want people to remember. You want people to remember when you take that heat away from them, when you take that comfort away from them, and they're left in the cold now all of a sudden out of all the things that they did to you, right? It ain't fucking pretty getting your shit served back to you. And if this whole thing started with they wanted you to end up in a place like this, and jokes on them because where they end up is worse and they'll hope to end up in a place like this, is the irony that is so many of these readings is people making wishes for you and trying to put you into situations because they don't like you. And that all comes back around. Like, I don't know when and how, and I don't intend on knowing, because I don't need to know how a narcissist pays for everything they've done in the 60 years that they were alive. And I don't really need to know what happens to the enablers, to those narcissistic energies, and what happens to them, because I feel like, you are what you eat. Like that's the whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre card. Okay, you are what you eat, and if you're eating a bunch of sausage and you don't know how that shit's made, you might want to figure it out, because it's fucking disgusting. And it's fucking full of shit. Okay, so honestly, I'm gonna do one more reading. I'm like dangling these cards right now. And now I got Slain in my head. Slain has been in my head this whole reading. And now the song, Dangling My Head, Banging in the Basement. Have myself and sing myself, in the basement. What's that song called? I Ain't Done? Yeah. I Ain't Done. I knew the reading wasn't done. That's about him having a prophecy of hanging himself in the basement. Not cool. Slim. He's all of a sudden got this wedding ring on, and I'm like, that motherfucker just get married? I mean, it looks good on him. He should be married. He deserves to be married. Ooh. Okay, so we're getting this. I'm getting this energy right now. There's like this tiny little window open right now that's going to bring this message in, which is why I really wanted to do one last reading. They betrayed you. All of a sudden, that just came out. And then there's messages here with look a little closer at something. So I feel like somebody has been putting tickets out there they've been putting rumors out there about you. And I feel like people need to look a lot closer at these rumors, and they will see that it's just rumors. It's somebody's trying to betray you. They're trying to talk shit about you, or they're trying to put this energy out there about you for some reason. So then, I mean, I don't know. Like, why are they doing this? The world in reverse or in limbo? The moon in reverse? Okay, the tower in reverse landed on top of the moon in reverse. Okay. Then we've got the Eight of Cups, the pirate, taking over the ship. And then the world here in limbo, Mercury energy, communication. Something's not working. I don't know if they are planning if they're trying to get you robbed. Like they want somebody to come in and rob you. they want you to get hurt. So they want these people to do this robbery when you're home. And like, I'm pretty sure they're asking a lot of people to do this. They're trying to spread it around to get you hurt. That's fucking terrifying. What day is it? Monday? Maybe they just did this over the weekend? Two of Pentacles. Look at that. As I fucking said that. Look at. It's almost like over the weekend, they picked their target. Ace of Cups in. Okay, so it kind of seems like they found a couple people. They put the energy out there, and nobody, from the looks of it, nobody likes them enough to do this. Nobody likes them enough to do this. Hermit in reverse. This person, I feel like they are kind of somebody that doesn't shut up and really is too obvious. So they kind of believe that they're going to get busted quick. So nobody likes this person enough to do this because they know, like, I'm not going to jail for you. Fuck that. I'm not going to take this hit for you. Nobody wants to do it for them. So if they want to do it, they're going to have to act alone. And that's what's come out now. That's what the universe wants you to know. If they do this, they're going to have to do it alone. Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Frankenstein. But you see how he's held back? Right? He's got those things holding him back. I feel like, I feel like this person is just kind of like mechanical in a sense where they're not really thinking logically. Okay. And Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I don't think they have enough money to pull this off. I don't think they're offering enough money to do this. So nobody's taking it. Nobody wants to put that on their shoulders for nothing. It's too much of a risk, I feel like. So then they can't do it. Five of Pentacles in reverse. See, because they're broke. Shaman in reverse. They're not, they can't activate the right energies without the right money. And actually, I was just watching this movie. It was kind of stupid. It's called Monsters, and it's about this alien invasion that, like, all these giant creatures. I don't know. It's kind of stupid. I'm not even done it yet, but there's this part where they have to go through the quarantine zone, right? And or the active zone or non-quarantine zone. I don't know what it is. They have to go through this dangerous area, and they go to pay this bargeman, this boatman, and the boatman's like, no, like, this isn't enough money. Like, this isn't enough money for the risk involved. So then the guy gives them more money. Okay, but in this case, no, they didn't have enough money to offer this person, so they didn't do it. Who is that? The Magician, Warlock. Whoopsies. Why the Magician? High Priestess in reverse, Fortune Teller. Okay, so I feel like, this is the person trying to do this. Look at that Chariot on the bottom. I do feel like this is the person that's trying to do this, the person that's trying to pull this off. Okay, like, they're trying to get somebody to take the bait. Okay, get somebody to talk to them, somebody engage with them. Why are you so mad? Why are you so fired up? Okay, but High Priestess in reverse with the Fortune Teller in reverse, I feel like people can see this outcome long before they can, right? So anybody they talk to about it, people are like, ugh, nobody can really see what this person can see. They can all see just getting caught. Okay, we're gonna get caught. We're gonna get caught. Like we're gonna come in blazing like that, all hot and heated and heavy, and like they're not gonna call the cops. Like, okay, and then there's the chariot energy. Who's driving? Who's gonna drive? Like, and we just expect to get away. Like, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, hangman in reverse. Okay, what is that? The imp. Yeah. Okay, so that's somebody that kind of is very tempting. Strength in reverse. Okay, very, very tempting, very narcissistic, okay, nasty energy, trying to tempt people into doing things. And I feel like that's this warlock, trying to tempt people into doing things. They're not fully telling them everything that could happen, they're not, because I think they're willing to risk everybody's lives to come and hurt you. Because they're going to talk to people at bars, like they give a shit about who they're going to talk to. They don't. Okay. But I feel like even if you're going to talk to fucking drunks at bars, they still want to know where this is all coming from. Okay, and they're not telling people where it's all coming from. They're just saying this great score. Well, when people, and on any movie, if there's a heist or a score or something that wants to happen, when the people are sitting there and they're being questioned, will you come, okay, and do this with me? What do you think some of their first things are? How do I know this is legit? How do I know that I'm going to be safe, right? How do we know we're going to get out of this? How do we know we're not going to get jumped, or there's a security that's going to be there, or they don't have a dog that's going to bite us? Like, you have to ask all these questions. People, drunk or not, okay, care about themselves and their livelihood. Some, anyways. Okay, so they talked to the wrong people. They got into the wrong conversations. And it turns out the people around them care a lot more about themselves than this person thought. Knight of Wands. Okay. Hinuman. So this little fucker, okay, born of, high royalty, okay, was told not to jump up and hit the sun because the sun's going to burn you. It's going to fuck you up. And he went and did it anyways. Okay. And he died. And that's the thing is, these people, like, if someone is planning a fucking B&E on you, okay, they might not even get through the front door. And their little plan is all the way into tying you down, because there's an ulterior motive. They want to fuck with you. It's not about the break-in. So they don't care about the door. They think they can just smash it down. They don't care about the alarm system. They think they can just get around it. Again, too many movies. Okay? Too many movies, too many fantasies going on in this person's head. They're just fantasizing about hurting you. And that's where people are coming in to the equation and going, this isn't about us. This isn't about, robbing this person because we all want new shit. You just want to hurt somebody. And they're willing to get people involved to do it. And yet, nobody's going to take that lure from the looks of it. Okay, last card. Ace of Swords in reverse. See, they know it's a lie. They know it's a lie. They know this person is lying. They're just fired up. And they're angry, and they can't take no for an answer, and it's getting out. Word around the town is getting out. Okay, and that's the thing. You live in a small town, that kind of shit might just get to the wrong person, because, there's cops and family people around at bars if it's a small town. People go to bars for various reasons, and then they get wind of this. Okay, 8 of Wands in reverse. See, they're spitting a lot of shit out, and it's not going anywhere. They're not going to get it off the ground, but they might get arrested for attempted or for conspiracy. Conspiracy to commit. I'm learning a lot about the rules, people. Maybe I just might become a police officer. You just never know. I'm in great shape, and I love guns. So, anyways, thanks for chatting with me, Danny. I haven't seen your ass in so long. What you been saying, homie? My screen is so dark because my eyes have been hurting recently. Why not, Whitney? My favorite is Power of Nature, Sandra Bullock. Power of Nature? You'll be such a good officer. Oh, I mean, I would just go straight to detective work. I'd be a good detective. My sister and I actually, a couple of years ago, when we were doing Uber Eats during COVID, we wanted to become special agents. Like, we wanted to become detectives. But, because, I mean, you don't need to become a cop to become a private detective. But the thing is that you do need to know people. So there's a couple of like careers I've tried to get into recently, but because I don't really know a lot of people, I can't really do it. Honestly, I really don't know if I'll pass the physical, and I probably couldn't pass the mental because I'm fucked. But you never know, maybe. If my back wasn't so fucked up. You never know, Danny. You never know. We are capable of anything we want to do. You need a partner. I don't even think they let cops have partners anymore. It's not Miami Vice anymore. You got to drive out there by yourself. It's fucking scary. Maybe 20 years ago, I should have did it when I was like fresh and 25, but I don't think I would have been able to handle it. Oh, as a detective? Yeah, but you got to become a cop first, then a detective. Unless you want to become a private detective. Man, I always wanted to be like, you know what I wanted to do? Is I wanted to start this business back in the day. It was like when Cheaters was on, like, that show Cheaters? And like, it was so ghetto, and they come in with their recorder and they're like, you're cheating! I wanted to do that. I wanted to be like, if you want to know if your spouse is cheating, motherfucker, I'll follow them around. I don't give a rat's ass what else do I have to do with my life. Then follow your spouse around and see how nasty you are. Take pictures. I don't even think there are private detectives anymore. And then once you're a private dick, like, you gotta go and hide. Because like, people can't know, I can't have social media. Then they'll know who I am. Like, it's weird now, It's weird. It's all word of mouth. Whereas that's kind of opposite, Everything strives off social media now, but like, you wouldn't want people to know you were a private dick. Or I'd have to hire people that nobody knew, or I'd have to change my disguise, put a disguise on with a mask. But then that's suffocating. Maybe I'll just get a new nose and put on a mustache and hide my car. You never know. Hey, you never know. You never know. There's so many things available in this world. Why should we just limit ourselves to one thing and one thing only? If I was going to do private detective work, I definitely need to be hanging out with somebody, because that's a boring ass job. Plus, you need to sleep sometimes, because you could be in a car all night. But luckily, I lived in a car, so it doesn't bother me. Oh, anyways, such a pleasure. Always, Danny. Okay. Lady on the Posen secretary. See, you know what? There's just so many things. Maybe I'll become a vampire slayer. Or maybe I'll just keep being a psychic. There's no reason to change what I do now. I don't know. Anyway, peace. Word to your mothers. Be good, Danny. Be good to everybody. Apparently, I'm putting my pinky out. Pinky swear. All right, the people are going to be good out there. All right. And I don't know what that means, Danny. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that movie that you said was Sandra Bullock? Passion of the Wild or something? What'd you say? Power of Nature. Oh, I am Dutch. How did you know that? But I don't speak Dutch, though, but I can understand it because of my Oma and her Dutchness. But no, I don't really know much Dutch. My Dutch coffee went out. My Dutch coffee went up $5. $5. They're having a shortage of coffee on the island. And I have to pay for that here. Assholes. Oh, Dutch German. I love German guys. I dated a German guy. And I have a German filter in my fish tank. Tell me how it's not the most pimp fucking fish filter in the entire world because it's German made. I swear, I'll trust anything German made or Dutch made. I love Dutch food. Actually, Dutch mayonnaise is probably the best mayonnaise you'll ever buy in your life. My sister loves the curry sauce that they have, which is AKA ketchup. I kind of like regular ketchup, but she likes the Dutch ketchup. Dutch food, don't fuck around. This fucking shit is great food. And German food. Anyways, why are we talking about food now? Okay, I have to go. See you later. Bye, everybody. Such love. Such love.